Hey, it's Antti. Today I'm gonna give you 5 tips how you can get your work published in different photography blogs. So let's check it out. Thank you for joining me again. There's almost 4,000 of you guys. It's amazing. The channel is growing slowly but steadily, and I really look forward for your comments always. So be sure to subscribe my channel if you haven't already done that. Just a really quick reminder before I continue. Next year I'll be releasing my Digital Artist Masterclass. It's my own workshop. Over 8 hours of material of everything that I know about being a digital artist. I've done kind of a form where you can kind of put your email address, and I will be giving you back information, some extra material before I release the workshop. So be sure to check that out if you are interested about seeing how I do my work. It's a pretty cool workshop that I've been touring all over Europe with, and it's going to be online soon, so be sure to check that out. So today I'm gonna talk about a bit of photography blogs and, anyways, the content side of the things. I've been really lucky to be published in all the major, photography blogs, Petapixel, SLR Lounge, the DIY photography, and also Fstoppers and Board Band and places like that. I thought I will do a bit of tips for you guys how you could get your work published in these photography blogs. So let's go straight to it. Number 1, content. I think the content is, it's a no-brainer. I think you have to have stellar content to draw in interest from photography blogs to your work. So don't just post pictures in Facebook and try to write stories about why you have done this project. And I think Von Wong, for example, is a great example because his work revolves around content anyways. So try to come up with the projects that has a bit of a human interest. It's really important to have good writing. Of course, pictures has to be good enough that the photography blogs are interested in it. It doesn't have to be only photography related or image related. It has to, anything that kind of revolves around photography. It could be behind the scenes footage or just a story about how you became a photographer or anything like that, but the content is always the key. Go through these websites and look about the post they are putting on the web pages. So there's a lot of technical stuff, there could be tutorials, but there's also stories that people like to read. And especially if you want to get your work published like mainstream media, it has to have a bit of a human interest. And that will kind of cross over from photography side to the kind of a more mainstream blog, so look for that. So number 1, definitely content. Think about doing more on your images. Don't just post images, do stories around them. So number 2, heading or title of your projects or content. So for example, I try to come up with the projects usually, I have already the topic in my mind. So of course it's a bit of a clickbait thing to kind of write a heading but that's the whole thing. People need to be interested about the topic also, so they will click and read your story. So try to come up with a topic that is interesting, not only, look, here's my latest pictures. It's I can give you an example. I did a Vikings photo shoot with my wife, and the topic was that how cool it is to give this kind of photo shoot as a birthday present. So the birthday present, it has a bit of a human interest in it. It's not just only that, look at my pictures, they are cool or whatever. I wrote a story about me getting all the money in and getting all the needed elements together to put this big photo shoot with my wife, and that becomes the story, and that has an option to cross over it also, not only for photography side. Definitely do projects, and if you have already done a project, think about a appealing topic, like a heading for your project. So number 3, material. All these sites depend on good material, and it's the same thing at any magazine. They will get 30, 100, hundreds of submissions weekly maybe, and you have to have a content ready for them. Try to write interesting copy. Try to deliver them where you're trying to get your work published. Pictures already formatted for their site. Try to be personal. Don't send the same single message to everyone. Try to be personal, that this is only, maybe say that you are doing exclusively for them, or, you know, these are just the things that you could kind of consider when you're trying to get some kind of work published in photography blogs. So I might do, if I do my projects, I will do a lot of behind the scenes material. Basically all my projects has some kind of a video. It might be about the behind the scenes, or then just maybe a retouching stuff. Maybe you could do a lighting diagram to add to your projects. Maybe a tutorial how it was shot or how it was retouched. Try to add content around your work. Again, don't just post pictures. Write stories and deliver them a bit of more content. Then you have more options to kind of get published in these photography blogs. Number 4, not many people know that you can actually write yourself to these some of these blogs. I'm not talking about now the photography blogs, but let's say, for example, these geek and nerdy related photography, not photography blogs, but bigger websites. For example, Board Banda, that is basically the biggest of these nerdy sites that I post a lot of my cosplay and the superhero pictures that I do. You can go and register yourself there, and they have a photography section there. So you can start writing today to Board Banda, for example. When you register for Board Banda, it will have this kind of a information box that says make it personal. So again there, try to make it personal. I created, I found a wonderland in Finland. Make it that you did something. Again, good article, small text, posts, videos, images, and that. So another site could be a movie pilot where you can register yourself and you can write your own content there. So just bear in mind, there's sites that you can start writing inside of those blogs today. So Board Banda is one. Whenever I do a project, I will put it also to Board Banda and kind of write short description of what project it was, put the pictures, put the videos, and then try to get the people from that to on my own website or to my YouTube videos or whatever. You can write also yourself for these certain sites, so keep that in mind. And then number 5, I think this is the most important thing. These photography blogs that I'm talking about, they don't have time in a way, the editors, to look every single photographer what they are doing. So it's in a way your responsibility to send them. All these sites have a submission form in their website where you can send them tips about articles. It is you have to be the one to send those stuff to them. Write, I made this kind of project, here's the material, here's the content, this is a link to my website, here's a YouTube video about this. If you want to have some extra pictures or high resolution stuff, here's the Dropbox links. Try to deliver them enough material so they will have easier time to publish them. But again, content has to be really good. It has to have an interesting material. It has to have ready material for them to post. You have to be the one that sends the first initial articles to them. After you get it published, it's easier for you to send because they in a way know you already. But every single time you have to consider that you have to do really good material and kind of be ready then to publish that content. So there in a way, in a nutshell, are the the tips that I can give you how to get published in these different blogs. You know, be sure to have a really good content. Think about good headings, like even if like a human interest in there. Deliver good material, pictures, videos, lighting diagrams. In certain sites you can write yourself, and then it is your responsibility to send them. They are not coming to look for your work. You have to be the one to send them articles, submissions. Take a look at my work, and they might do it. Hopefully this will be some kind of a help for you guys to get published. Maybe these websites will get more and more cool material from you guys. And if you like my videos, put a thumbs up. It will help me grow my channel. Subscribe my channel. Write a comment. Have you ever been published in these photography blogs? And let's engage a conversation how we can get better in all these sections together and get our work seen worldwide. World domination for us. I'm really happy that my channel has grown, and I will see you on my next video. Cheers. Content is the king. Jazz hands. Content is the king. Jazz hands.